Mga kababayan, kapatid, kaibigan, kumusta kayo? Ngayon is December 6 na po and it's Saturday. Sana lang po okay na okay ang buhay ninyo. And of course, nandito naman si Nico, The Real Talk with Nico, and I have three issues that I'm going to briefly highlight po dito sa programa natin for Saturday. But bagong sa lahat po, I would like to welcome each and every one of you, ang mga Filipinos dito po sa Malaysia, particularly dito po sa Kota Kinabalu City, and as well ang mga Filipinos, overseas Filipino workers dyan po sa mga iba-ibang parte ng mundo, sa iba-ibang nasyon. And wag natin kalimutan po ang mga kapatid, kaibigan, kababayan natin po dyan po sa Pilipinas. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening kung nasan man kayo. And kung sa malayo pa po, we say it, salamat na pagi, salamat patang, and salamat malam. Ito na po ang issues that I'm going to touch. Isa po is on na biktima na naman si Senator Rodante Marcoleta sa fake news. Rodante Marcoleta, 4 victims sa fake news. Second is itong Dukanya Bridge. Dukanya Bridge po, which BBM or President Ferdinand Marcos claimed that it is one of his 4 legacy projects dyan po sa Pilipinas, of which nakita natin, we saw a lot of Filipinos criticize and disagree the statement made by BBM or made by President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos regarding his claim that the Bukana Bridge is one of his legacy projects po. And lastly, the third issue is I want to briefly bring is itong issue ng Supreme Court, wherein the Supreme Court ordered the government to return back the 60 billion pesos coming from the PhilHealth. So, umpisa na tayo po, and whatever mga reactions, opinion ninyo po, kayo nang bahala po, because ang intention ko po is just to pass ang message ng mga Filipinos dito sa Sabah po regarding itong tatlong issue. Okay? Umpisa na tayo. First and foremost, lumabas na po and it became viral in the social media regarding fake news. And once again, Rodante Marcoleta became a victim of fake news po. And this time around, the issue behind him is the fake news is on the Noche Buena statement made by the DTI, no less than Secretary Cristina Roque, wherein she said that the 500 pesos po is enough to celebrate or to prepare for the Noche Buena. Dahil po, Noche Buena is the eve of Christmas, wherein Filipinos would traditionally, we celebrate, prepare something to welcome Jesus Christ, our Savior, no? And that will come on December 25th ang Christmas, and on the eve is December 24. There is itong problema natin po. Mayroon pa talaga mga ibang sabihin tayo tao dyan po sa Pilipinas that still sabihin natin na entertain the idea of a crab mentality po. Crab mentality means that a certain person or groups of person po, no? When they see somebody or an individual or a leader is doing fine, doing great job, no? What they do is to pull him down po for reasons only known to them. Maybe siguro po dahil sa politika, no? Dahil sa politika to tarnish the name of this individual or leader who is doing the right thing po, no? Who is doing the right thing. So wag na tayo delay itong issue po. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to share with you ang response, ang reaction ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta regarding itong issue. And he made his statement during one of the legit television outlet dyan po sa Pilipinas, and that is ang Net25. During the program nila po, and of course, si Senator Marcoleta is one of the hosts, no? Wherein he came out and denied itong social media posting claiming that he said na kalimutan na lang daw po ang Noche Buena. Outrightly, he denied po. Nag-deny siya po na he never mentioned this kind of a statement. And lumabas ito po sa social media, dyan po sa posting, official posting, a certain blogger which he identified himself as Kagawad Joey. Kagawad Joey. So, let me share with you itong video clip para at least you will hear from him, from Rodante Marcoleta regarding itong issue. Direct from the horse's mouth. Direct from the horse's mouth, and kayo nang po bahala to react ng mga opinion ninyo po. But kami mga Filipinos dito po sa Sabah, we do not agree with this kind of fake posting, fake news po. Sana lang po we have to stop. We have to stop putting out sa social media or any other media outlets po fake news, because this will only confuse ang mga readers, ang mga viewers, and in general, the Filipino community po. And it will not do anything good sa mga Filipinos, sa bayan natin po, if we continue to entertain and play around with disseminate fake news po sa Pilipinas po, or sa masking ibang bansa. Nandito po, let's watch and listen to this.
Kung sinabi ng kahit ano patungkol sa Noche Buena. Okay. At yan ay tatanggihan ko talaga. Wala po akong sinasabi. Ikinakalat nila kayo pong mga kababayan natin. Kailangan mag-ingat po kayo. Maging vigilant din kayo. Huwag po kayong magpapanin lang. Huwag po kayong magpapaligaw sa mga ganitong klaseng mga fake news.
Pero ang original nag-post ba yan? Saan napagit yung Cap Joey? May
Kagawad Joey.
yung Kagawad Joey?
Yan ang account.
Yun sa taas. Yun pala.
Ayan.
So yun ang may-ari nung Facebook account, Kagawad Joey. Ayun.
Ang layunin nila ay mailigaw nila yung kababayan natin. Ang makapantaya, kahit na hindi ko sinabi, pipilitin nilang sa akin galing yung pananalita na yun.
Tapos may kunyari pang, wait lang, totoo ba ito? Meron sa, ipakita mo nga ulit direct, para, wait lang, totoo ba ito? Seryoso ka ba? May kunyari ba mga question marks, pero yung picture, ayun,
Nandiyan na.
nandun talaga.
At saka kumalot na ito eh.
Opo,
Kanya-kanya namang version ito eh. Meron pang tungkol sa Christmas bonus na pahayag nyo din daw eh. Ewan ko, yung mga taong yan talagang mahilig mag-invento na lang at mag-imagine kahit wala akong sinasabi. Bakit kaya palaging akong ginagamit nila dyan? Napag-usapan namin Kung ako ba yung walang sinasabi, ako ba yung ginagamit?
Kasi parang ang pangalan niyo po ngayon ay phenomenal eh. Pagka binanggit po ang Rodante Marcoleta, pag tinipe mong gano'n sa
Parang langgam yan. Nakakita ng tindi.
kukuyugin lahat kayo eh. Kaya kahit na wala kayo, hindi kayo nagsalita, pero nakapost sa pangalan niyo, dinudumog agad, Sen.
Pero kumikita ba sila dyan? Ay, malaki. Ano pala eh. Kaya pala, pero sana, kahit na kumikita sana sila, dapat huwag silang mandadaya. Hindi mo sila pwedeng gumawa na, halimbawa, yung sinabi ko na totoo talaga.
Opo.
So, hindi na nga nakapandaya, nakatulong pa para malaman ng tao yung sinabi ko, kumita pa sila. Ba't hindi na lang ganun? Ay, hindi.
Yon po ang reaction ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta tungkol sa issue na fake news po. And if you notice, ang blogger, irresponsible blogger ito po, I call him as a very, very irresponsible blogger po. His purpose, we don't know, but definitely this is a selfish motive po. No? Selfish motive to confuse ang mga viewers niya po. And we don't know whether he's being paid or what. That we don't know. But the one thing sure, hindi dapat ipalabas sa social media or any other media outlets po fake news because it will not do anything good sa country natin. Kayo po, itong mga vloggers, especially ito si Kagawad na Joey, I would like to tell him to stop these things po. If they are paying you to do these things po, hinto na po. No? Because you are a Filipino po. You are a Filipino. We have to protect. If we see our leaders, leaders are doing fine, doing good job po, let us support them. Let us not put them down. Itong crap mentality po, we have to stop this thing. So, klarong-klaro si Senator Rodante Marcoleta was against saying na do not believe sa posting itong ni Kagawad Joey po, wherein he mentioned na together with the picture of Marcoleta, na si Marcoleta daw po, Senator Marcoleta po, sinabi niya po na dahil itong issue na 500 pesos Noche Buena, issued by DTI po, sabi daw niya, kalimutan na lang natin ang Noche Buena. Hindi yon totoo. And I totally agree that Senator Marcoleta will not do that kind of negative statement po. He is one leader, senator natin po dyan sa Pilipinas, who is always fighting for the rights, interests, and welfare of every Filipinos po. So, do not believe. Do not believe po. So, that is the issue that I want to raise ngayon po dito sa programa natin. The other issue is tungkol dyan po sa nagiging viral din ito since kahapon. Nagiging viral din ito po tungkol sa Bukanya Bridge. Bukanya Bridge po dyan sa Davao. Na tapos na po, completed na itong bridge. Magandang itong bridge po. And the beneficiary of this bridge is ang mga tao sa Davao, ang mga tao sa Mindanao, and people who are visiting the Davao city or province po. Beneficial. We benefit. All of us benefit po. But nagiging issue ito, and I believe that this Bukanya Bridge should not be a controversial issue or should not, dapat hindi ito nagiging hot issue po dahil it is good for everybody. The only problem is that nagiging viral ito, nagiging issue ito po because there are so many Filipinos po disagree when Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., our president po, mentioned or announced that this is one of the 4 legacy projects ng Marcos administration po, ng Marcos administration, which a lot of Filipinos po disagree, especially mga yon alam na alam po what is the history of this bridge. Yung mga tao sa Davao mismo po at saka mga tao sa Mindanao. Para sa akin lang po, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, for me, sana lang po si BBM did not specifically said that this is one of his 4 major legacy projects sa administrasyon niya po. Dahil this project, if I'm not mistaken, and based on what I learned and I researched po, this project po, multi-billion projects, was funded by China. Was funded by China. Walang pera dyan po ang Pilipinas. Walang pera po. This was funded by China, and sino naghanap yung pera po, o convince ang China to donate, and construct itong magandang bridge po, sa Davao, itong Bukana Bridge, who initiated it? Of course, the one who initiated was the former President the former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. He was the mayor of Davao, and lahat mga ceremonies was attended by her daughter, si Inday Sara Duterte, former mayor of Davao, and now the Vice President. So because of the Dutertes, they managed to look for funding for this bridge, although noon mayroon sila ng project to link itong itong mga areas po dyan po sa Davao dahil may river dyan po, malaking river dyan po. So, they initiated, but unfortunately, ang gobyerno walang masyadong pondo to help realize itong bridge. But because of the initiative of Tatay Digong and the people, officials of Davao po, they managed to convince ang China, no? Ang China to fund itong project po, which is a very noble, beneficial to the people of Davao and Mindanao as well as the entire country or the entire Filipino community dyan po sa Pilipinas. Then, yun po, it materialized. And during the time of BBM, now when he became the president po, he is also the one who also make sure, help materialize itong Bukana Bridge. So, ibig sabihin po, tatlo yun po sila. Ang China, ang Duterte, at saka ang Marcos help. Sabihin natin, materialize itong very, very good project po. Multi-billion project po. Ang China, once again, I would like to say, it is because of China, Duterte's, and BBM na ngayon po completed na ang Bukana Bridge po. And sino po mag-benefit? Who will be the beneficiaries of this project? Lahat ang mga Pilipino. Especially itong mga residente sa Davao po at saka mga tao sa Mindanao. So, there's no point to make it a big issue po. Nagmali lang siguro po, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Nagmali lang ang presidente natin, si BBM, when he said that this is his one of the 4 legacy project, which ako din po, based on what I know and what I just said to you po, no? I disagree with the statement of BBM when it comes to, yun po sabi niya, one of the 4 legacy projects ng Marcos administration. I have a video clip dito po kay Inday Sara Duterte. Nasa head siya po and she was interviewed and she gave a statement regarding itong Bukana Bridge po. Let's watch and listen to Inday Sara Duterte, our Vice President ng Pilipinas.
Tanong ako kanina kung pwede ko ba i-kwento yung backstory ng Bukana Bridge. And then he said na okay lang naman. So ang nangyari dyan ay ang Bukana Bridge is kaparte ng buong coastal road ng Davao City. So hindi siya yung coastal road hindi siya makakatawid ng Bangkerohan River kung wala yung Bukana Bridge. At that time na mayor ako, may budget ang coastal road pero unfunded ang bridge. And it was made known at the time to former President Duterte that the bridge is unfunded. At siya ay naghanap ng paraan para mabigyan ng pondo yung bridge. So noong nakahanap siya ng pondo ay sinimulan yung negotiations, sinimulan yung mga planning, lahat ng paperworks para doon sa bridge na yon ay sinimulan na. But ngayon, nandiyan na yung bridge, so dapat nating pagpasalamatan para sa akin bilang isang Dabawenyo at syempre sa mga tiga Mindanao na din dahil nagbe-benefit din sila doon sa coastal road na yun, no? Traveling from south to north of Davao in the region. Nagpapasalamat kami kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte dahil hindi siya tumigil sa paghahanap ng pondo para doon sa tulay. At syempre, nagpapasalamat tayo sa People's Republic of China dahil buong-buo nila binigay yung entire cost ng tulay na iyon. So walang gastos ang City Government of Davao, walang gastos ang Pilipinas para tayo magkaroon ng bridge na yon. At napakahalaga ng bridge na yon dahil hindi mag-connect ang south to north kung wala yung bridge. Ito lang ako.
Okay, yun po. Narinig natin si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. She was interviewed dyan po sa The Hague when she visited, after visiting ang former president natin si Tatay Digong. And according to her, she asked permission from Tatay Digong if she can say something about itong Bukana Bridge, no? And pumayag naman si Tatay Digong. Just tell the truth, sabi ni Tatay Digong. So, yun po ang katotohanan when it comes to the Bukana Bridge. And for me, I agree na hindi dapat magiging issue ito po. No? From north to south, ang mga tao sa Davao po, now they can travel conveniently because of the realization of this Bukana Bridge po. And once again, I would like to say, if there is anybody, if we have to thank, no, ang realization of the Bukana Bridge po, dapat po 3 parties po. And ano yung mga parties? First and foremost, sino nag-finance ito po? Nag-finance ito po ang China government. No? Walang pondo galing sa local government ng Davao, walang pondo sa national government ng Pilipinas po. Purely financed by, sabi natin, ang China government. But sino na-convince, nag-initiate ang idea to ask financial help to help materialize itong Bukana Bridge? That we cannot deny. Si Tatay Digong. We say Tatay Digong. But sino naman make sure that itong Bukana Bridge will be completed? That we cannot deny also. That it was during the supervision of the Marcos administration or BBM. Ibig sabihin po, 3 yun po. 3 yun po. We cannot deny. 3 yun po. But the only thing is that we cannot accept, kami mga Filipinos dito sa Sabah, we cannot accept. And I suppose ang mga Filipinos, karamihan ng mga Filipinos dyan po sa Pilipinas, we cannot accept that this is part of the 4 legacy project of the President. But whether it is a legacy project or not, one thing sure po, ang mga tao sa Davao, ang mga tao sa Mindanao, at ang mga tao sa iba-ibang sa Luzon, sa Visayas po, when they go to Davao po, they will also benefit ang facility ng Bukana Bridge. So yan po, that is the issue po. Sana matigil na tayo po itong debate, mga disagreement po when it comes to the Bukana Bridge. Okay? The other thing that I want to share with you po, ang last issue natin is on the PhilHealth po, ang PhilHealth. Grabe naman itong PhilHealth po, no? Na ano na ang Supreme Court, they already made a decision, unanimous decision ito po, tungkol sa 60 billion pesos na na-transfer ang pera ng PhilHealth, contribution ito ng mga members ng PhilHealth po, nag-transfer po sa gobyerno, sa government treasury fund, no? And this was meant to, sabihin natin, finance other unprogrammed projects dyan po sa Pilipinas during the time of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Now, may mga complaint, and the other day, ang Supreme Court po made a decision that it is unconstitutional, it is wrong for the government to transfer ang pera. In fact, the total amount is 89 billion pesos po. No? Pero nakatransfer lang po ang 60 billion pesos po. May balance pa ng 29 billion pesos, but it was not transferred dahil po nagiging maingay na itong issue. So ngayon, nandoon po na sa pondo na po ang 60 billion, and for the past few months, several months po, last year pa yan ba, diba? Si BBM already announced to the public that they are going to return ang 60 billion pesos ng PhilHealth po. No? Ang gobyerno will return it po. But hanggang ngayon po, walang news whether they return it or not. They return it or not. So ngayon, mayroon na order ang Supreme Court that they have to return it po. No? Because this is meant to finance whatever programs mayroon ang PhilHealth po, ang mga beneficiaries po, ang PhilHealth members. So, let's hope po na they will return it as soon as possible, and sana lang po itong gobyerno natin na tama na yan po. Promise ng promise, we will return, but hanggang ngayon po, wala pa. With the decision of the Supreme Court, Supreme Court po, I hope very soon, kung pwede lang before Christmas, ibalik na yon po ng 60 billion pesos sa PhilHealth po. Sa PhilHealth. So yon ang issue natin ngayon dito sa Nick Talk, Real Talk with Nico. Sa palagay ninyo po, based on these three issues that I mentioned, po, anong opinion ninyo po? Anong opinion po? Tungkol sa Senator Rodante Marcoleta fake news po. Grabe. No? Bakit ang mga vloggers, I don't know if they are paid or not. We don't know. No? For reasons they're doing this, we don't know. Because I think it is more on may mga personal agenda sila po. Ano yung mga personal agenda, we also don't know po. Pero sana lang po, maghinto na kayo itong mga fake news po. Because it is not doing good sa mga Filipinos, sa bayan natin po. Ang second issue po regarding ang Bukana Bridge, na I totally believe, kami dito sa mga Filipino sa Sabah, we totally believe po na hindi pwede magiging hot issue ito po. And the credit should go not only to one person po. It should be, credit should be given to the China government, to the Dutertes, si Tatay Digong, and of course, si BBM po. Dahil tatlo yun sila po jointly, ang joint efforts nila po to help realize itong Bukana Bridge. And lastly, itong PhilHealth issue amounting to 60 billion pesos po. No? Kailangan ba ang gobyerno ni BBM to immediately return ang pera ng PhilHealth para sa kabutihan ng mga PhilHealth members and ang mga Filipinos in general. So ito ang programa natin. Kayo nang bahala po, ang reaction ninyo, ang opinion ninyo po. The only thing is that I would like to say, maghinto na tayo po yon crab mentality po. And let's move forward and think the best way to improve, develop our country po. Marami na tayong problema po. Ang corruption sa Pilipinas po, grabe na. Grabe na po. And we also want to see ang mga corrupt politicians natin po, officials natin sa gobyerno po, ang business sector, mga corrupt po. We want to see them behind bars as soon as possible. So with this, again, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat po for making me a part of your day today. Enjoy kayo po ang weekend natin, and let's look forward for a very Merry Christmas para sa ating lahat, ang bayan nating Pilipinas. Thank you, God bless, and once again, I love you all. Bye.